adding this Boston College prospect to the mix enhances their swing tackle abilities at the bare minimum, takes Karan Amagaji out of a position of needing to be thrust into action like he was last year. What do we make of the offensive tackleness, Carmen? I'm interested to hear your thoughts, especially when you even mentioned moving somebody from one side to the other. I also think that it's often wrought for peril. It'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out, but they're at least going to experiment. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I just the thing that gets me about like these conversations is just the cavalierness with which we talk about guys switching on the offensive line. It's not like it can't be done. It works out sometimes. It's just an incredibly hard thing to ask a guy to do. And so especially when you're talking about a young player like Darnell Wright, who's only been in the league a couple of years, I don't really love the idea of switching him when he hasn't really established himself yet at the right tackle or reached his ceiling at the right tackle level. Because the best example of a guy switching from right tackle to left just happened a couple of years ago, and it was Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs was firmly entrenched, though, at the right tackle position. Tristan Wirfs is also an athletic freak. Not to say that Darnell Wright isn't, but Tristan Wirfs don't grow on trees. He is the exception, not the rule, and I think that I've yelled at him for this, actually, because I worked with him in Tampa. I love him very much. He's a wonderful person. His family, love them. But I've yelled at him being like, you just set back this entire narrative that I've been trying to push that this is hard to do by so much, because you just made it look so easy. And it's not. It's not an easy thing for these guys to do, because now the muscle memory you've built up for however many years you've been in that spot on that side of the line, especially from the tackle position where things really, I mean, I think it's a little bit easier for guards because you're just kind of more like you're compartmentalized and you're a little bit more compact. With tackles, I mean, you have one foot out in front of the other sometimes, and like now your muscle memory that you've built up works against you if you switch. And now it means that you have to think, which means that your reactions are that much more delayed. And you can hesitate, and then, this fraction of a second at the NFL level is a lifetime. And that's why I get so upset, and that's why I get myself going about like switching these guys just kind of willy-nilly, because I'm like, for what reason? Now you're going to have two different guys out of position because you're going to move Darnell Wright, so he's essentially a new starter on the left side, and then slot a new guy in on the right side. It doesn't make sense for me to put two guys out of position when you could just try one.